It costs you nothing to hit that like button, family. Big Chap TV, where you know you gon' see that truth, that now this game's so free. He give it a cut, that's how it's gotta be. It's Big Chap TV.
What up, family? Cost you nothing to hit that like button, fam. Now, the world knows the situation when it comes to Young Thug and YFN Lucci. I mean, it got serious. It was real. It got gangster in the middle of being a rap superstar. Now, a lot of people would say that both of these guys was going backwards, which they was. If you look at YFN Lucci, I mean, man, they was doing drive-bys at the Maybach. You know, usually an individual will go get a stolen car under bucket and do the drive-by in, but when you're doing them in Maybach, that means you're doing rich crimes. Now, with that being said, YSL on the other end, Thug was running an organization, fam, that was a street organization in the midst of his rap business. And when you mixing business with pleasure like that, I have not seen nobody in the world that mix business with pleasure last long out in this game. Now, with that being said, it's a lot of talks been amongst the industry. You know, Thug got his situation going on right now to where, you know, we seeing the jail calls, what happened with him, and he was speaking on a lot of different individuals. People were saying by Thug coming home, you know, he should have did better with reaching out to different people and just letting bygones be bygones and letting his music speak for itself and get the bag and stay free for his family. With that being said, fam, word is from both camps, Thug camp and YFN Lucci, close sources, they saying that these guys is in the studio together and about to drop some music. Now, if you've been following the channel, I was saying, I'm like, dang, that's what Thug need to do. Him and YFN Lucci need to link. If him and Lil Baby done link, just let bygones be bygones, do some music, and the world will love it. This is what the world want to see right now. This is what they want to hear, that music. So by this situation being like it is and Thug being the bigger man, I salute Thug. I salute YFN Lucci on this situation, but I kind of knew if Thug ever came to a peace to where he was willing to apologize for the parts he played to YFN Lucci, I'm pretty sure Lucci was willing to do it on this end because Lucci always stayed quiet throughout all this. Feel what I'm saying? You can tell the ones in situations that, you know, really not letting the situation take over them. You know, they just know, hey, it's a beef. We got into it with some niggas. But a lot of people like Thug, they take beefs to the heart. They take relationships, you know, to the heart. Not saying YFN Lucci don't, but Thug do on a whole nother level. Look at the jail calls that we heard. Look at what Thug said himself when he was on the couch with Big Bang. You feel me? Thug even cried. I can look and tell, I can tell Thug got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? The most gangsters, the biggest gangsters, they have the big hearts like that. But at the same time, the big heart will get you wrapped up in a body bag, just like Boosie said, fam. You know, these just facts. Or get you 100 years in prison to where you out of there. So you can't carry a good heart over into the streets. The streets don't care about your good heart. You feel what I'm saying? The streets don't love nothing. So individuals thinking that, hey, man, I'm finna go to the streets and I'm gonna keep it thorough, and you think everybody else gonna play that same game you playing, you know, you're really fooling yourself, fam. I love to see this come together when it comes to these two camps. You know, I can't wait to hear the records or the record, you know, that they record or whatever the case might be. But it's real close sources is saying this about the two. Look at this is what the world needs to see. This is what the YGs need to see. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to stay in beef. It might seem like the beef is everlasting to where both of y'all might be ready to kill each other's situations. But one thing I learned about time heals all wounds, even if the wound's still there. The wound healed Because if the wound wasn't healed, you had to be in the hospital. Your arm have been cut off if you got a wound on there and it ain't been, healed. God automatically heals little wounds on their own. This is the same thing about life. This is the same thing about our heart. Don't matter what one may have did to you, fam, because you get used to living with it. So a lot of y'all need to give yourself time to live so you can get used to living with whatever you think that got you so upset with your op, fam. Because we getting caught up and getting all this time, we getting killed just off of feeling. Just think about it. That's all it is a feeling that you feel of hatred about somebody else. That's what you got locked up for. 90%, that's in jail, that was doing crimes. They locked up off a feeling. It's a feeling that whether it was getting money, whatever the case might be. So you got to watch your feelings. You got to watch your desires, what that one may want in life. And everybody wanted to succeed. I'm not saying don't be wanting to succeed or nothing like that. But if you got certain desires in your life gonna require certain things with those desires. You feel what I'm saying? And certain things can hold your blessing back. You know what I mean? So we got to pay close attention to the Spirit of God and when He's speaking to us. And through this situation, what I'm seeing right now with Thug and them is like the Most High speaking to him. That interview that he did with Big Bank, it was well needed for us to see another side of Young Thug, other than the side that we always seen or the side that we always saw. That when he got to crying, that showed that, hey man, these rappers are human just like us. That's why when I speak on situation, I'm speaking from a humanized, so to speak, conversation to where we all can see it. Not no big eyes and little you, because the Spirit of God ride between all of us, fam. That's something we all got in common, is the Spirit. We might be two different people on the outside. We might be two different people living different. But the Spirit in us is a God-given gift from a child, fam. You got the Spirit in you. Somebody might be looking at you. You look around. We all got that Spirit in us, fam. We all share certain gifts. But we don't look at each other like brothers and sisters. When it comes to our community, we separate and all this, when at the same time, we all got 5 fingers. We all the same. We all together, brother. And when you and Lucci come together, you know what I'm saying, on this record, it's going to show the world that one might be stuck in a time of beef, or stuck in a time of sickness, or stuck in a time of whatever the case might be that's beating you down, fam. But life, you feel me, time, overcome, you feel me, override is always a tomorrow. What I'm trying to say is don't get stuck in today's problem that you have. Because life changes, time changes, people change. Things don't always stay the same. Matter of fact, anything that you can see gonna dissolve. So don't believe in nothing but the Spirit. But I will keep y'all updated on situations though. But make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.